My family and I love Spider-Man, so today I am so excited to show you how I made this 3-tier Spider-Man cake. Okay, here we go. I'm cutting off the top of my cake by running my knife along the top and rotating it on my turntable. I tort the cake, which means I cut it in half horizontally. And then I'm filling it with cream cheese frosting, and I continue stacking and filling my 4 layers of cake. Once I've got it filled, I'm covering it in a layer of meringue buttercream frosting. So I first give it a light crumb coat to pick up all those crumbs, and then I pop it into the refrigerator to chill. And then I give it another layer of buttercream, and then using a bench scraper, I give it a nice smooth finish. Using my bench scraper again, I scrape from the top edge of the cake in towards the middle. Sometimes I pop it back into the refrigerator to chill and repeat the entire process a few times to get it perfect. This is my 7-inch cake, and I'm repeating the process of filling and smoothing out the buttercream. Once you get the hang of this, it really is pretty easy. Since my top cake is Spider-Gwen themed, I wanted the cake to match her on the inside too. So I went with vanilla cake that I dyed pink and teal buttercream frosting. I really love these bright colors. Okay, now that I've got those all stacked up, I'm covering it in my pretty teal buttercream. I got really excited about the teal buttercream, and I should have covered the outside of the cake in white buttercream so it wouldn't show through the fondant. So I went back and did the best that I could to cover up the teal, and then I'm smoothing that out in the same way as the first 2 cakes. Time for the fondant. I'm rolling out my fondant to about 1/4 inch thick, and I drape it over my rolling pin and I place it onto my cake. Before the fondant has a chance to tear, I use my fingers to press a sharp edge around the top. And then I begin opening up the creases of the fondant on the sides and smoothing it out with my hands. I continue turning the cake and smoothing it with my hands until I've gotten out all the creases. I will say that covering a smaller round cake like this is harder than the bigger cakes. Once I've gotten the fondant adhered to the cake, I use my fondant smoothers to get out any remaining imperfections. And then I trim away the excess with my X-Acto knife. Alright, moving on to my Spider-Gwen decorations. I'm first rolling out a sheet of pink modeling chocolate. You can use fondant here if you don't have modeling chocolate. I printed out an image of Spider-Gwen's face, and I'm using the back of a paintbrush to trace around her eye. You can use any pointed modeling tool that you have. And next I'm cutting that out with my X-Acto knife. And I repeat the process for the whites of the eyes too. I'm attaching the whites with a little water, and then I'm attaching the entire eye to the cake with some edible glue. Alright, next up is the middle tier. I'm covering my cake in black fondant this time. It's always best to buy black fondant pre-colored, it's just so much easier. And then I smooth out my fondant just like I did on my white cake. For the logo, I'm using modeling chocolate. I picked modeling chocolate because it doesn't drag like fondant and it makes a much cleaner cut. So I've rolled that out and I'm placing a printout of the logo on top of it. And then I trace around it with a sharp tool. Once I've traced around the image, I take off the paper, and there you can see the tracing is left on my modeling chocolate. Using a brand new X-Acto blade, I cut out the logo. I then carefully pull away the excess modeling chocolate here, and I adhere it to the cake with some edible glue. Okay, moving on to the bottom cake. I've covered it in blue fondant already, and I'm cutting away the excess. While the fondant is still soft, I'm using an impression mat to create small circle indentions, just like Peter Parker's suit. And I do that on the top of the cake too. Next, I'm adding a red section of fondant to match Peter Parker's suit. I've rolled out my fondant and I've covered it with a piece of plastic wrap, and I'm placing a paper template I made on top of the plastic. And then I cut it out using a cutting wheel. The plastic wrap will give my fondant a smoother edge. I'm attaching the red fondant to my cake with water, and then I trim down just a bit so that it lays flat, and I press it with my impression mat to give it the same texture as my blue fondant. Okay, so this part you don't have to do. I was just feeling like the blue wasn't vibrant enough, so I airbrushed it a little. If you get the color right to begin with, this will not be necessary. Next, I'm creating the web look on Peter Parker's suit. I'm using my clay extruder to create a thin log of fondant. I'm brushing edible glue where I'd like the web to be, and I adhere it to the cake. This part was kind of fiddly and took some time to get it just right. It wasn't exactly perfect when you look at it close up, but once I stepped away, it overall looked pretty good. And I continued adding my web all the way up onto the top of the cake. Now that I've got my cakes decorated, I'm moving on to my Miles Morales image. This is my copy cake projector. I've had this for so many years, and I'm sure there are new ways of projecting images onto cake, but I like doing it this way. Using gel colors mixed with a very tiny drop of vodka, I'm painting the image onto a piece of gum paste. If you have an edible image printer, you could just print this image out. Since I don't use my edible image printer often, it got clogged and then broke, and so now it's just sitting here being broken. Once I've got my image all painted, I'm cutting it out with my X-Acto knife. If you're wondering, I was going to make some buildings too, but I scrapped that idea. So I started messing with my gum paste Miles Morales, and his hands broke off. Figures. So I'm reinforcing it with another piece of gum paste, and I decided to make it even stronger with a third piece in red. These pieces will all need to dry out overnight. Okay, next up I'm creating my comic book sound effect signs. I found these images online. There are a bunch of printables online that you can use as templates for these. So I've rolled out a piece of gum paste. You could also use fondant with Tylose mixed in it. And I'm using my template to cut out the sign. Once I've got that cut out, I'm using my tracing technique to trace the letters onto my piece of gum paste. And then I cut those out too and attach those to my sign with edible glue. To give it a more comic book feel, I'm using an edible marker to outline the sign, and I'm also outlining the letters in pink. And then I'm decorating it with some dots too. I made a total of 3 signs, which will then need to dry out overnight. Once they are dry, I'm attaching a lollipop stick onto the back of the signs with melted candy melts. You'll want to add quite a bit so that they don't break. After I have my sticks on my signs, I do the same to my Miles Morales decoration. For this one, I'm attaching my layers of gum paste with candy melts first, and then I'm attaching a flat popsicle stick to the back of it. Alright, it's time to put it all together. All tiered cakes need support, so here I'm inserting 4 plastic straws into my cake. I really should have added one more extra straw just for extra support. Next, I'm sliding my middle tier to the edge of my counter, and I then put it into place. 4 more plastic dowels go into my middle tier. These plastic straws were all cut down to the exact height of the cake. And lastly, my Spider Gwen layer goes right on the top. To keep these cakes from sliding around, I'm adding a sharpened center dowel. You have to keep pushing and twisting until it goes all the way into the cake, and then use another wooden dowel to help push the first dowel all the way into the bottom cake drum. And finally, the best part, adding the final details. I'm gently pushing my signs into the cake. If you are delivering this cake, I would recommend putting these decorations on once you get to the party location because they're pretty fragile. This one turned out so cute. I think the birthday boy will love it. Thank you all for watching. I hope you learned how to make your own Spider-Man cake. See you guys next time.